numbered in continuation of the preceding. Here beginneth the Pardinas tale. In Flandres whilom was a company of young folk, that haunted in folly, for 65 as riot, hazard, stews, and taverns, whereas, with harps, lutes, and jeterns, they dance and play at D's boda day and night, 140, and eat also and drinken over here might, third which they doon the devil's sacrifice 470 within that devil's temple, in cursed wise, by superfluity abominable. Here hath's been so greta and so damnable, that it is grisly for to hear hem swear, our bliss Lord's body they to tear. For 75 hem thought yous wrought him not wine of, and eke of hem and others sin lock. And right anon then come and tombasteers, 150, fadies and smale, and young fruitesters, singers with harps, bawds, wayfarers, for 80 wish been the very devil's officers to kindle and blow the fire of lature eye, that is annexed unto gluttony. The holy writ take I to my witness, that luxury is in wine and drunkenness. Heading, from EHN, 465. E.H.L. Stywies. For 75, so CP lane HL, EHNCM that is, PTE Ives. 478, 479. HL omits. For 85 low, how that drunk and loath, unkindly, lay by his daughters too, unwittingly, so drunk he was, he missed what he wrought. 160 Herods, whoso WEL the story sought, 306, T 12423, 12459. One he of win was replet at his fest, for 90 right at his oween table he yaff his hest to sleen the Baptist iron full guiltilies. For 88 EHN CM PHL agree here, CP lane have 2 additional, spurious, lines, C note. Senex seeth eke a good word didalese, he seeth, he can no difference find bitwixt a man that is out of his min 495 and a man which that is drunkaloo, but that woodness, why fallen in a shrew, persevereth langer than doth drunkenness. 170, O Blotany, full of cursedness, O cause first of our confusion, 500 O original of our damnation, till Christ had bought us with his blood again. Lo, how dear, shortly for to sayin, a bought was filth cursed villainy, corrupt was all this world for gluttony. 492, H.L. Seneca, for Senec. C.P. lane eke, rest omit. For 95, which that, H.L. the which, C.P.P.D. lane om which. 496, E.H.L. fallen, H.N. C.M.Y. fallen. 505 Adam our fader, and his W.A.F. also, fro parodies to labor into a were driven for that vice, it is no dreed. 180, for WHYL that Adam fasted, as I read, he was in parodies, and one that he 510 et of the fruit defended on the tree, anon he was outcast to woe and pain. O Blotany, on the WEL Otus plain. Oh, wist a man how many maladies full one of excess and of gluttonies, 515 he would have been the more measurable of his diet, sit tinge at his table. Allahs. The showroot throat, the tendre mouth, 190, mocketh that, est in west, and north and south, in earth, in EIR, in water meant to swink 520 to get a glowtown dainty meat and drink. Of this mater, O Paul, WEL cansto treat, meat unto womb, and womb eke unto meat, shall God destroy in Boda, as Paulus seeth. Allahs. A foul thing is it, by my faith, 525 to say ye this word, and fouler is the deedy, 307, T 12460, 12496. One man so drinketh of the white and reed, out of his throat he mocketh his privy, 200, Thurgthil cursed superfluity. 519, E.H.L. man, rest men. The apostle weeping seeth full patoosely, 530 the walk and many of wish shall told of I say it now weeping with patoos voice, that they been enemies of Christ's croys, of which the endy is death, womb is her God. O womb! O belly! O stinking cod, 535 fulfilled of dong and of corruption. At either endy of thee foul is the sown. How great labor and cost is thee to find. 210, thy's coax, how they stamp, and strain, and grind, and turn in substance into accident, 540 to fulfill all thy liquorous talent. Out of the hard bones knock they the merry, for they cast not away that may go third the golet soft and swote, of spice rye, of leaf, and bark, and wrote 545 shall been his sauce why make by delit, to make him yet a newer appetite. But certes, he that haunteth switch delices, 220, is deed, whyl that he liveth in no vices. 532, that they is Turwit's reading, hl thay, but the rest have their, probably repeated by mistake from L 530. 534, hlo stinking is tea-cod. A lecherous thing is when, and drunkenness 550 is full of striving and of wretchedness. O drunk man, disfigured is thy face, sour is thy breath, foul art to embrace, and third thy drunk nose semeth the sown as though thou saidest I Samson, 555 and yet, God what, Samson drank never no win. Thou fallest, as it were a stike swin, thy tongue is lost, and lthyn honest cure, 230, for drunkenness is very sepulture of man's wit and his discretion. 560 inches whom that drink hath domination, he can no consile keep, it is no dreed. Now keep ya fro the white and fro the reed, 308 T 12497, 12533. And namely fro the white win of Leppy, that is to sell in Fish Street or in cheap. 565 This wine of Spain crepeth subtly in other wines, growing fast by, of which the riceth switch fumicide, 240, that one a man hath drunk in draughts 3, and wenneth that he be at whom in cheap, 570 he is in Spain, right at the town of Leppy, nat at the Rochelle, and he at Berdatoon, and than will he say, Samson, Samson. But Herkneth, lordings, O word, I pray, that Allah the sovereign acts, dar I saith, 575 of victories in the Old Testament, third very God, that is omnipotent, were done in abstinence and in prayer, 250, looketh the Bible, and the ye may at lear. 573, lords, rest lordings, lordinges, lordings. Loke, Attila, the Greta conqueror, 580 died in his sleep, with shame and dishonor, bled Inga I at his nose in drunkenness, a capitaine should live in soberness. And over all this, Avaseth right wel what was commanded unto Lamuel, 585 Nat Samuel, but Lamuel, say I readeth the Bible, and find it expressly of winyeving to him that han iasties. 260, no more of this, for it may wel suffice. And now that I have spoke of gluttony, 590 now will I yow defend in hazardry. Hazard is very motor of lesanges, and of deceit, and cursed forswearinges, blaspheme of Christ, manslaughter, and wast also of cattle and of time, and for thermo, 595 it is reprieve and contrary of honor for to ben hold a commune hazarder. And ever the higher he is of estate, 270, the more is he holden desolate. If that a prince useth hazardry, 309, T 12534, 12569. 600 inches a la governance and policy he is, as by commune opinoun, why hold the lasse in reputation. 589, hl omit that. 593, blaspheming, rest blaspheme. Stilbon, that was a WIS ambassador, was sent to Corinth, in full great honor, 605 fro Lacedaemy, to make here alliance. And when he cam, him hapid, parchance, that Allah the greatest that were of that London, 280, playing at hazard he him fond. For which, as soon as it might be, 610 he stole him whom again to his country, and said, though will I not lace my name, I will not take on me so great defame, yea for to ally unto none hazarders. Sendeth otherwise ambassadors, 615 for, by my troth, me were lever die, than I yow should to hazarders ally. For ye that been so glorious in honors, 290, shall not ally yow with hazarders as by my will, ne as by my treaty. 620 This wise feel as offer thus said he. 606, cm cphl hapid, rest hapt. 612, HN New York, CM and A, both put for na which shews the scansion. HL. INYL not. 614, so all. Loke eke that, to the king Demetrius the king of Parths, as the book seeth us, sent to him a pair of Ds of gold and scorn, for he had used hazard therbyforn, 625 for which he healed his glory or his renown at no value or reputation. Lords may fin den other manner play, 300, honeste wineuf to drive the day ai. 621, Lane hl omit to. Now will I speak of oaths false and Greta 630 a word or two, as old Boak Street. Gret swearing is a thing abominable, and false swearing is yet more reprievable. The hey God forbade swearing at L, witness on Matthew, but in special 635 of swearing seeth the holy Irmi, 310, T12570, 12605. Thou shalt say as sooth thyn oaths, and nat lie, and swear in dome, and eke in rightwisness, 310, but idle swearing is accursedness. By hold and see, that in the first table 640 of hey God's hests honorable, how that the second hest of him is this, tack nat my name an idle or amos. Lo, rather he forbeddeth switch swearing than homicide or many accursed thing. 645 I say ye that, as by order, thus it standeth, this known, that his hests understandeth, how that the second hest of God is that. 320, and fortherover, I will thee tell all plat, that vengeance shall not parton from his house. 650 that of his oaths is too outrageous. By God's precious hurt, and by his nailes, and by the blood of Christ, that it is in hails, 7 is my chance, and thyn is sink and tray, by God's arms, if thou foulsly play. 655 this dagger shall thurg out thyn hurt go, this frit cometh of the bitched bones too, forcering, ire, falseness, homicide. 330 now, for the love of Christ that for us died, leveth your oaths, Boda Greta and Smale. 660 but, sirs, now will I tell forth my tale. 632, CP Lane HLOM yet. 644, HNCM HL many any, CPPT Lane any other. 656, HL Bicked, Lane Betched, HNCM Bish, PT Thilk. 659, EHN Leet, Rest Lewith. These rioters 3, of which I tell, lungers der prime wrong of any bell, were set him in a tavern for to drink, and as they sat, they heard a bell clink. 665 by fornicors, was carried to his grave, that one of hem gone callan to his knave, go bet, quod he, and ax readily. 340, what course is this that passeth here forby, and look that thou repo root his name wel. 661, EHN, PTHL Rio Tours. 663, CPPTHL4, Rest OM. 670 Sir, quot this boy, it nadeth never adel. It was me told, ye came here, 2 hours, 311, T12606, 12642. He was, pardee, an old fila of yours, and suddenly he was wisely tonight, for drunk, as he sat on his bench upright. 675 There came a privy thief, men clepeth deeth, that in this country eld a pepple sleeth, and with his spear he smote his hurt a2, 350, and went his way without wards mo. He hath 1,000 slain this pestilence. 680 and, Maester, ye come in his presence, methinks that it were necessary for to be war of switch an adversary, beth ready for to meet him evermore. Thus taught me my dame, I say na more. 685 By Saint Marie, said this taverner, the child seeth sooth, for he hath slain this year, henny over a mile, within a great village. 360, both man and woman, child and hind, and page. I trow his habitation be there. 690 To ben avist great wisdom and were, ere that he died a man a dishonor. Ye God's arms, quot this riotour, is it switch peril with him for to meet? I shall him seek by way and eke by street. 695 I make about a God's digny bones. Herkneth, Falaz, we 3 ben L1s. 370, let eke of us hold up his hand till other, and eke of us become another's brother, and we will sleen this false traitor deeth. 700 he shall be slain, which that so many sleeth, by God's dignity, writ be night. Togadres han thys 3 her trouts plight, to live and dine eke of hem for other, as though he were his own wyborn brother. 705 and up they stirred all drunken, in this rage, and forth they goon towards that village, of which the taverner had spoke byforn. 380, and many a grisly youth than han they sworn. 312, T12643, 12680. And Christ's blessed body they tarrant. 710 deeth shall be deed, if that they may him hent. 704, born, HN Nibor, CM Bor, PT born, CP Lane HL sworn. 705, EHN, Sturt. HN, CP lane HLL, ECM, PT end. 710, they, CPPT lane we. One they han goon nat fully half a mile, right as they wolde han troden over a stile, an old man and a povra with hem meta. This old man full meekly hem gret, 715 and said thus, now, lords, God yau see. The proudest of thys rioters three answered again, what? Carl, with sorry grace, 390, why art al for rap save thy face? Why lives to so lunge and so greed age? 720 This old man gone loken his visage, and said thus, for I any can nat find a man, though that I walked into ind, neither in city nor in no village, that wold a change his youth for mynh, 725 and therefore mood I han mynh still, as lunchtime as it is God's will. Nadith, Allahs. Me will nat han my life, 400, thus walk I, like a restalese caitiff, and on the ground, which is my madra's gate, 730 I knock with my staff, boda early and late, and say ya, leave motor, lead me in. Lo, how I vanish, flesh, and blood, and skin. Allahs. One shul my bones been at rest? Motor, with yau wolde I change my chest, 735 that in my chamber lunchtime hath be, ye. For an air clout to wrap me. But yet to me she will not do that grace, 410, for which full pale and welcome is my face. But, sirs, to yau it is no courteous I 740 to speak into an old man villainy, but he trespasse in ward, or else indeedy. In Holy Writ ye may yourself wel read, against an old man, whore upon his heed, ye should arise, wherefore I yev yau read, 745 na doth unto an old man noon harm now, no more than ye wold a man died to yau, 313, T12681, 12718. In age, if that ye so lunge abide, for 20, and God be with yau, where ye go a ride. I moot go teeter as I have to go. 746, EHN, than that, rest omit that. 758, Old churl, by God, thou shall not so, say this other hazarder anon, thou partest not so lightly, by Saint Ian. Thou spak right now of filth trade our deeth, that in this country ali our friends sleeth. 755 Have here my troth, as thou art his a spy, tell where he is, or thou shalt abide, by God, and by the holy sacrament. 430 Forsoothly thou art own of his assent, to sleen us young folk, thou false thief. 760 Now, sirs, quod if that yau be so lief to find deeth, turn up this croaked way, for in that grove I laughed him, by my fay, under a tree, and then he will abide, nat for your boost he will him nothing hide. 765 See ye that okay? Right the ye shul him find. God save yau, that boat again mankind, and yau amund, thus said this old man. 440 And eve rich of thys rioters ran, till he came to that tree, and there they found 770 of florins fine of gold wycoin round wel New York and 8 bushels, as him thought. No langer than after deeth they sought, but eke of him so glad was of that sight, for that the florins been so fair and bright, 775 that down they set him by this precious hoard. The worst of him he spake the first word. 760 ECM ye, HN HLEL. Brethren, quod he, tack keep what I say, 450, my wit is great, though that I board in play. This tresser hath fortune unto us yiven, 780 inches mere that and I'lit our life to liven, and lightly as it cometh, so will we spend. EY. God's precious dignity. Who wendy today, that we should han so fair a grace? But might this gold be carried fro this place, 314, T12719, 12754. 785 Home to MYN house, or else unto yours, for wel ye woot that this gold is ours, then were we in haith felicity. 460 But truly, by day it may not be, men wold us saying that we were thieves stronge, 790 And for our own tresser doon us hung. This tresser most why carried be by night as wysly and as slyly as it might. Wherefore I read that cut among us be draw, and lad say where the cut will fall, 795 And he that hath the cut with hurt blithe shall rend to the town, and that full swathe, and bring us breed and win full prively. 470, and 2 of us shall keep in subtly this tresser wel, and, if he will not tarry, 801 at his night, we will this tresser carry by one ascent, whereas us thinkth best. That one of hem the cut brought in his fest, and bade hem draw, and look where it will fall, and it fill on the youngest day of hem 805 and forth toward the tune he went on. And also soon as that he was gone, that Owen of hem spake thus unto that other, for 80, thou knowest wel thou art my sworn brother, thy profit will I tell thee anon. 810 thou wast wel that our Phila is agone, and here is gold, and that full great plenty, that shall departed been among us 3. But Nathalie, if I can shape it so that it departed were among us 2, 815 had I not dune of friends torn to thee? 779, E.H.N., P.T. Lane Ewan. 780, E. Isle 796, H.L. Lane the rest omit. 803, E.H.Y.M., rest hem. E.H.N., C.P. Wool, H.L. Will, C.M., P.T. Lane Wolde. 807, E. omits of hem. 808, E.H.N., P.T. Sworn, C.M. swore, C.P. Lane H.L. sworn. That other answered, I know how that may be, he woot how that the gold is with us tway, for 90, what shall we do'n, what shall we to him say, eh? Shall it be concile, say the first shrew, 820 and I shall tell lend thee, in wards few, 315, T 12755, 12790. What we shall do'n, and bringe it wel a boot. 820, HL that equals the rest omit. EHN CM in a rest omit a. I grant, quot that other, out of doot, that, by my troth, I will thee nat byry. 823, E shall, rest will. Now, quot the first, thou wast wel we be tway, 825 and 2 of us shall stringer be the noon. Look one that he is set, and write a noon Aries, as though thou woldest with him play, 500, and I shall rive him third the sides tway whyl that thou strogelest with him as in game, 830 and with thy dagger look thou do the same, and then shall all this gold departed be, my dear friend, bit wixen me and thee, then may we both our lusts all fulfill, and play at D's right at our own will. 835 and thus accord been thy shrews tway to sleen the thrid, as ye han heard me say it. 826, EHNCM that right, CP and Than, PT Lane HL and that. I taken from CP PT Lane HL, and write from EHNCM. This youngest, which that went unto the tune, 510, full often heard he rolleth up and down the botee of thys florins new and bright. 840 O Lord, quod he, if so were that I might have all this tresser to myself all one, there is no man that liveth under the throne of God, that shall live so merry as I. And at last the fiend, our enemy, 845 putty in his thought that he should poison bay, with which he might sleen his fellows tway, for why the fiend fond him and switch livenge, 520, that he had leave him to sorway bringe, for this was utrally his full entente 850 to sleen hem boda, and never to repent. And forth he goeth, no longer wolde he tarry, into the tune, unto apothecary, and prayed him, that he him wolde sell some poison, that he might his rats kill, 855 and eke there was a polecat in his haw, that, as he said, his capons had Weislaw, 316, T 12791, 12826. And fain he wolde wreak him, if he might, 530, on vermin, that destroyed him by night. 847, EHN fund. 848, ECM hem, rest HYM or him. 853, HN prayed, CM prayed, rest prayed. The apothecary answered, and thou shalt have 860 a thing that, also God my soul save, in all this world there nis no creature, that eat or drunk hath of this confiture not but the mountains of a corn of wheat, that he initial his life anon for leet, 865 ye, stirve he shall, and that in lasse while the thou wolt guna pas nat but a mile, this poison is so strong and violent. 861, EHNCM is, res nis or nis. 540, this cursed man hath in his hand wyhent this poison in a box, and sith he ran 870 into the next street, unto a man, and bored, of him large botels 3, and in the 2 his poison poured he, the thrid he kept clean for his drink. For all the night he shoop him for to swink 875 inches carryinga of the gold out of that place. And one this riotour, with sorry grace, had filled with win his Greta Botels 3,550, to his fellows again repaireth he. 871, all omit of. 873, his oeen, rest omit oeen. What ne doth it to sermon of it more? 880 for right as they had cast his death by for, right so they han him slain, and that anon. And one that this was doon, thus spak that oon, now let us sit and drink, and make us merry, and afterward we will his body bury. 885 and with that word it happed him, parcas, to take the botel the poison was, and drank, and yaff his fila drink also, 560, for which anon they storven bota too. 880 so as, rest omit so. But, certes, I suppose that Avis and 890 rid never in no cannon, ni in no fin, and mo wonder signas of empoisoning than had thys wretches too, here ending. 317, T 12827, 12861. Thus ended been thys homicides too, and eke the falsum poisoner also. 891, EHN CM Signas, CP Lane HL Sorways, PT Sorrows. 895 O cursed sin, full of cursedness. O traitor's homicide, O wickedness. O blottony, luxury, and hazardry. 570, thou blasphemer of Christ with villainy and offscreta, of usage and of pride. 900 Allahs. Mankind, how may it betide, that to thy creature which that thee wrought, and with his precious hurt blood thee bote, thou art so fouls and so unkind, Allahs. 895, EHN CM of Allah, CP Lane HL full of, PT full of Al. Now, good men, God forgive ya your trespass, 905 and where ya fro the sin of avarice. Myn holy pardon may ya Allah wearis, so that ye offer nobles or sterlings, 580, or else silver brooches, spoons, rings. Boweth your heed under this holy buhl. 910 cometh up, ye wives, offereth of your wall. Your name I entree here in my roll anon, into the bliss of heaving shall ye gone, I yaw a soil, by myn hay power, ya that will offer, as clean, and eke as clear 915 as ye were born, and, lo, sirs, thus I preach a. And yes a Christ, that is our soul's leche, so grout yaw his pardon to receive, 590, for that is best, I will yaw not deceive. 910, calm, rest cometh, cometh. 911, EHL names, rest name. But sirs, O word forgat I in my tale, 920 I have relikes and pardon in my mail, as fair as any man in England, which were me yeven by the Pope's Honduras. If any of ya will, of devotion, offering, and han myn absolution, 925 cometh forth anon, and knelleth here adown, and meekly receiveth my pardon, or else, taketh pardon as ye wendy, 318, T 12862, 12897. 600, Al new and fresh, at every tune's endy, so that ye offeren all we new and new 930 nobles and pans, which that be good and true. It is an honor to ye rich that is here, that ye mau have a sufficient pardon near Taswal yow, in country as ye ride, for avenches which that may betide. 935 peradventure there may fall a loan or two down of his oar, and break his neck a two. Look which is surety is it to yow Allah, 610, that I am in your fellowship wifall, that may assoil yow, boda more and lasse, 941 that the soul shall fro the body passe, I rid that our host here shall be gin, for he is most enveloped in sin. Come forth, Sir Host, and offer first anon, and thou shalt kiss the relics evershon, 945 ye, for a groat. Unbocal anon thy purrs. 925, EHN calm, rest cometh, cometh. 928, EHN CM miles, rest tunes. 930, EHN, or, rest end. 935, fallen. 941, ECM here, rest OM 944. My, CM o mine, rest the.